So we are excited to share with you. The 23-22 roadmap, the plan for the year. What we're going to do is first we're going to introduce you with the new format in the Knowledge Center where you can see more details about the roadmap over there, and I will introduce that. And then what we are going to do is review each one of the roadmap highlights. For some of them we have all more detail to share. For the others, ones that are planned for the second half of the year, so you can take we are going to show you the direction, and more details will follow while we are more close to the release. But what we are going to share is that we are going to share with you the main highlights and the direction to go with. Of course, there are other stuff that we are doing, like keeping the product performance well, and doing some maintenance and upgrades, and making sure that we are working, making sure that security and privacy and all other cases and all other aspects, and of course resolving your support cases that are open. So altogether, this is our work with the granting to Primo and Primo VE. And in this presentation, we will cover the main highlights that you will probably see over the year in the release notes and in your product. As I said, we already published the roadmap into the knowledge centers. We publish it. It takes time, so you can find under the Primo product material the roadmap. It will be divided into Primo or Primo VE. So if I'm Primo VE customer, I should go here and check what is coming. And if I'm Primo customer, I can also check what is coming under this article. I'm clicking here. If you are Primo customer willing to go on the VE, you can check what is coming also. Most of the items are common for both Primo and Primo VE, but there are some extra one going into the Primo VE where we are more utilize the fact that we are on top of the higher education platform, and it is more easily to develop over there some of the feature. Okay, so the way that it works, so you get the overview and you are getting here the table of content. You will be able to find the highlights either divided by category or divided by timeline. So this can give you some kind of index what is coming and when, and on what focus area. And you also will be able to check for additional details for each one of the item for the majority of the item here. So for instance, I'm going into the highlight by category. I would like to check to see what is coming in the area of the linking. And if I want to go so this is like the highlight by category, and I can also down there below see highlights by timeline. So the same features about what is coming in the first half and what is coming in the second half. So then again, I'm checking for the linking, and I would like to get more information about the view. I can drill down and link to below, and I can see, okay, what is coming, more detail that we would like to highlight with you, and the status when it is planned, and what is the impact of what is the area, why we are doing that. Okay, so you can find it in the Knowledge Center, both Primo and Primo VE. Okay, so now we are just going to run through each one of the category and see what is coming. So we are going to start with the functionality that is coming in the area of the user experience. For each one of the item here, I'm going to have a dedicated slide and explain more. So let's start. These things are already shared in the what's new, the advanced search, collapsing the search criteria form. This is a nurse enhancement already is supposed to be released in the first half, actually coming in the Primo V March release and May for Primo. What is all about is letting the user see making the search result more visible after I'm searching in the advanced search. As you can see here, we added a collapse and expand. And if you already perform search in the advanced search, it will the search form will automatically be collapsed, and you will be able to see the top results instead of the um, large search form. Just to highlight that user can be notified about the search while viewing the search summary here, and of course the search summary is also can be also be edited from here. So this is about a UX improvement. It's a community request and coming. Just to mention also, it will be automatically request whenever you have a search query. So instance, if you are coming from the full display hypertext linking, like the creator of the subject, will you open while you're clicking on the hypertext linking, it will also going to open like this, more shrink and letting the user very easily go into the results that he target for. Okay, we have very nice enhancement to the resource recommender area. We try to cover here the need of the library to market some kind of topic or raise an awareness. For instance, if November is considered to be the month of awareness for cancer, for instance, and you have a material there that you would like to highlight on top of your search results, or there is some kind of event, or if you have like winter break, what you can do is you can highlight in more visual way using new option in the resource recommender, and you can highlight it on top of the results. We are going to introduce a new banner type, and this is the mockup. Just by the way, the images that I'm sharing are mockups that could be changed. We are coming to the product itself, but those are mockups and showing you our intention. So if what I'm sharing you here is a long strip of a new resource recommender type. It's a banner. It's going to be more visual. So the image is important if you would like to market. So and what you are going to have is the ability to define a title, more description, a link, and when the user will over that will have this effect and an option to read more, and you point it to another site. So this is a new banner type. Now, this is one of the options that new option in the resource recommender, and the second option that we want to have is the persistent resource recommender. And the persistent resource recommender is about having the ability, we are going to add a new checkbox to each one of the resource recommender, I think to the majority of them, to allow you to define whether a resource should stay always, appear always, and not necessarily as today resource resource appears only when the user query term match the tags that you configure in your back office. So there will be an option to make it always appear. So altogether, the persistent and the new banner type give you options to publish material to the patron and decides better on the visibility of that. And this is coming in the first half of 2022. Okay, next, coming from the nurse enhancement is the ability to report a problem, for your user to report a problem or to give the library feedback on a certain area. This was available by customization, as we did see customer already customize and do that. And I think there is also some kind of add-on in the Primo Studio for that, but the community want us to take it out of the box and deliver this capability out of the box. And this is actually what we are doing. You are going to have a new icon, as you can see here, and I will talk more about the option of that icon. And while clicking on that, if user will see this kind of give us a feedback icon, it will be able to open some kind of something that is reminding the chat, but it's a very easy way for a few weeks give the library feedback on a certain area. I'm just gonna do more highlight on that. So what user can do is to select a category that you as a library can choose. You can choose this common category to share, like report a broken link, search issues, or any other category that you would like, common category that you would like to be your user to report on, to categorize the feedback. User will be able, guest or signed in, to add a description, a manual description to help the library, providing library more details to help diagnosing the issue. And as an optional, a user can fill in their email address, and by doing so, while filling their email address, we are going to tell them, if you agree to fill your email address, you also agree to share with the library some information like the user device, like your personal email. So filling the email is the indication, is the consent for that. And then if they fill the email, we are going also to send the device that the user is using, and of course the email and the browser, to help you, the library, to get more information or more overall. And in addition to that, we are going to send the existing URL that the user were. And this icon actually is appearing in any page of the interface. You can find it in the overlay, in the full display when you're opening from the results, in the collection discovery, in the journal search, in the database search. So while we consider where to place it, we consider to place it here where it can appear everywhere in any page in the interface. So from anywhere, user can report an issue, and you can categorize the subject, and you can get feedback on the context if the user agree to that. And this is the overall scenario. So I know that some of the feedback that we got is some of the library already have some, and customer were wonder why, while we share it with the Primo working group, why it is located here. We consider to have it in other places, but we choose here, so it's going to be also available to when you are opening the full display as an overlay. We didn't want to put it at the button as same as the QR, at the top, same as the QR, because it won't be available from the overlay from the Primo full display, and all of that consideration. And we will check the option how this can be customized to change the location, or if you want, but this is actually the feature that we are currently thought to release. This is the give us feedback. I just one last comment before I'm moving to the other highlight. What you will have to, the workload that we agree while we discuss it with the Primo working group, is that library we will configure an email and within the library, and this email will be the one that will get all of the patrons feedback, and you can use that email address to track and monitor the feedback from your user. Okay, so this was about another feature coming in the UI, give us feedback. Next, planning to the second half of the year is as your users are searching in the commercial search engine and are getting used to narrow the search to a more dedicated search down there below the search bar, we are also going to provide some UI, this ribbon navigation UI element, where you can define you can define each one of those here, and you can define the search criteria, the filters, and the search scope. You can define maps or archives or any other search criteria or whatever search scope capability you are having, in order to let your user very easily also going into a dedicated scopes, where we'll also consider to have a filter. So this is really a mock-up. In the future, maybe in 2023, if you choose some kind of images, we will consider to also let you in advance have another layout of the search results, like make your search results more like images, more like the search results in the collection discovery look like. But this is on the direction of more 2023. But altogether, this is giving you more option to define scopes and filters and have it down there below the search bar. So this is the concept, and I'm switching to the next. In the area of the link data, probably you saw, or if there's the one that are interesting in that area of the link data, we have Josh Weitzman, VP in the Exlibris, at Exlibris, publishing in the Primo developer network some blogs how you can utilize the link data URIs to pull more information and enrich it in your discovery. So this is an example for things that Josh published, doing it by customization, getting more information about the offer. We would like to take it and make it out of the box with the product, introducing an info card. We will work during the year on more details, what kind of info card, because we will start probably with something simple, more about the offer, or maybe other related works, or we need to check and we will pull the information based on the URI from the external source and choose to enrich the full records with more information based on those link data URI. So this is something that we are planning. We are planning to do it in the Primo VE only, and it's planned for the second half of 2022. And if there is customer that would like to share with us his experience, their experience, and talk to that on that area, we will work together. I'm just letting you know that we are working very closely with the Alma team, with Itai Weitzman, who is also leading that area, in order to provide in the discovery this info card and utilize that information, that extra information. Okay, so far I covered the items, the highlights that are coming in the user area. And now we would like to go into the category of the search and ranking. Search and ranking is always about the work is always about, of course, because it's the core functionality, is improving the search and ranking based on your feedback. We also have a plan to improve while there are kind of typos for non-item search. We are going to improve that and suggest more suggestion over there. But the other stuff that are coming, other stuff beside this ongoing improvement to the search and ranking are as following. So we will start with the expand database search to all data fields. This is already covered in the recent What's News because it's coming in this quarter. So what we did here is allowing the user to search for database within the database search interface, but searching across all of the fields, and notice today searching by the title only. As example, you can see I'm searching for the Soviet unit. Database retrieved because it was found in the description. We understand that the database titles are not always such informative to help the user find the dedicated database. This is why we expanded database search to include all fields. And also, if you enable and configure, it will also allow searching by the categories. So this was a nurse enhancement, and it's released in this quarter. Okay, next, it's about the way currently CDI works. Today, CDI, when you're searching across CDI, you are also getting records that also as part of the results, you can find records that were matched against the full text document. So if your query terms were found and matched on the full text document, you will get those as part of the results. So this is the default behavior today when you are searching across CDI. What we want to do is to change this default behavior and eventually down there the road to make a search to make the default search for CGI exclude the full text match. So the default search will not go into the full text match, will not include results that were matched based on matching based on the full text. What we are going to do is to give you first as a gradual rollout to opt in. You can decide whether to include or exclude the search in the full text. And we are also going to introduce you, we are also going to let the user, we can also give you a configuration option to let the user decide whether to search in the full text. We are going to introduce, as you can see, a new toggle here, search in the full text. So by default, we won't search across CDI in the full text. And if a user wants to include search in the full text, he can highlight it, he can toggle that to be turned on. It will work as a sticky. So all of the next searches in this session, if this is turned on, will also be matched against the full text. We'll also retrieve records that were matched against the full text. So this is about changing the behavior of matching against the full text. Okay, another thing that we want to provide, and we are going to start in Primo VE first, because there was some kind of request from the Primo VE customer, and we did some kind of, for the Primo back office, we did some kind of development. We didn't saw customer using this. What we're going to do is allowing you to tune your search across CDI. You will be able to define a search scope to search in CDI and define a certain search criteria, and you will be able to edit your search to a specific resource type, or also to a specific disciplines. For instance, you can choose to search in CDI for all of the images, for all of the articles, but in the disciplines of nursing, for instance, or disciplines of archaeology. So, and you can combine both of them, both filters by resource type or filter by disciplines. So this will give you more option to restrict the search and help your user to focus your user to a certain set of records and help them better find what is most relevant for them. So this is another option. As you can see here, you will be able to edit a resource type selection or discipline selection. And if you choose discipline, you will get a list of the disciplines that are supported, and you can choose to have all of the articles in the area of the business, and as I said, a combination of that. Okay, next is another enhancement coming in the Primo VE only. Because we are on top of Solar search engine in the Primo VE, it's more we can do it. We can do it more easily in terms of technology. What we are going to do is to support a new operator in the advanced search. We will call it XWALS. Today, we have the exact operator, the exact search operator, that it treats as more as an exact phrase and not exact and only. Today, if I search offer exact Galayal, I will also get I can also get results of creator that name is called Gal Eyal Halevi. for instance. So I can also get phrases that are um, um, I can get more information about the offers because it's work as exact phrase. And the request from the community was to make it more equals. This is what I want and only what I want. So I'm going to introduce this new operator, the equals, and you will get results only by the first name and the last name of the offers, and we are going to do it for specific fields because it's required a certain way to index the data. So we are going to do it for currently for offer and for subject only, and we are still working on the design for that. Okay. Next, and as I said, this is expected to come in the second half of 22, and this is the nearest. So far we covered also the item, the highlights are coming in the area of the search and ranking. Now in the linking, now we have this category of improving the linking to full text, helping the user to get into the full text more easily. This is something that we did in 2021. And now we would like to expose, and we have those items. I will start first with this added options to set preference for linking record and quick links. What we are going to offer here is very similar to the configurations that you have today for the link resolver links, where you can define and prioritize the provider of the platforms. Each institution can define their own preference for the provider and then the platforms that they are working with, and change the over. In a very similar way, we are going to introduce a configuration to help you define your linking preference, also for the linking record in CDI and also for the quick links. So you will get the top or the best link based on your preference. So this is coming in the second half. And the other thing that is coming in the first half of the year is actually the option for the option to introduce your user with all of the links, all of the available links. So far, if you have if there is for records from CDI more than one link option, we used to introduce a user with the best link on the top and only one of that. And now, as we understand from your need that if you are you want your user to be able to see all of the linking option from many reasons. So if one link is broken, they can go ahead and see the other. If a user have a preferred provider that he likes to work, he can go ahead and choose if there is for this CDI record a link from that provider. They will be able to see all links, so they will have all the options. As you can see here, what we are going to add is as today you have the option to see the linking record, one of the link to the subscription content, and we are going to introduce down there below the button show more. So if the user is not satisfied with the link that is displayed today, there will be an option to show more. If clicking on this show more will refresh the view online content, and we will display all of the links that exist. And if all kind of links are exist, it's going to be divided into three sections. Where the display order will be as this. First, we are going to show the user the linking record to a subscription content. Then on the second section, your user can see the link resolver links. And at the bottom, there will be an option, if exists, linking record to the open access content. So this is actually a mock-up. It could be changed, the UX for that, but this is to share with you the concept of how we are going to expose your user to more links, and with what order, with the following order. And as said, during the year, we will also give you an option to set your linking preference, your preference to the certain provider, so the order will also take effect over there. So the show more and show less and more links available is coming in the first half, in the May release. And in April, I think, for Primo V pending, and the linking preference in the second half. So this was actually covering the effort that we are doing in the area of the linking to full text. Now, we also have data quality and rights. We have also categorized this area and a lot of focus on that area. What we are going to do this year is also the effort is to improve the performance of the right processing. So we would like that your activation or deactivation will take effect as fast as you could, and we are going to try to reduce it to up to 48 hours. So a gradual rollout for that is coming, I think, starting with March, and you will be seeing more improvement down the year to the right processing. We are also will work to improve the matching, which also going to improve the performance. So this is in the area of the right processing. Another in that area, we have the NERS of excluding ebooks from CDI. The motivation for that and for this NERS enhancement is actually was to reduce duplications when you have books from your local catalogs and ebooks retrieved from CDI. We used to have duplication in the results list. In order to avoid that, what we released in the first phase was exclude it all. So you can turn this on and you won't get any ebooks from CDI. And the second phase is going to be, so this was the option, it's all or nothing. And in the second phase, what we are targeting is to actually allow to reduce the duplicates only in case you own a books. So we will know based on your holdings. We know based on your holdings which ebooks you already have in your which books you already have in your local catalogs, and for those we won't retrieve those from CDI. So it will be per your holdings. So this is the second phase. And of course, what is more is we also plan some improvement in the area of the merge records. So this is actually what is coming the data quality. And in the area of the special collections, your special collection, what is coming is we're going to have this to implement this NERS enhancement about making the collection discovery more granular, specific for libraries or view. So if you have one is so far, the collection discovery is reflecting all of the collection that you have on the level of your institution. Now, if you have your library, like a medicine library or nursing library, you can have a dedicated collection for you can have a dedicated collection discovery for that library. We will utilize the library definition that you are having in your collection management in Alma, and we will create some mapping among those libraries into a Primo view. So you can choose for each Primo view which libraries are going to share their collections, and we will build the collection discovery tree and hierarchy based on this new mapping. So this is the direction of improving the collection discovery. And a new POC, a proof of concept that we are doing, and I'm inviting you customers to, if you are willing to work with us to design, we are going to introduce a new exhibition view for your digital collections. And the story here that we would like to share with the user the digital collection with some kind of narrative, with a story. So if we have bibliographic records with few representation or multiple, or a collection with few bibliographic records and few representation, we would like to create some connection and let the user navigate among them, but feel like he's getting a story out of that, an exhibition, giving it a narrative, as I said. So this is we are starting to work on that concept, and I'm inviting you, if you are interested in such, to just contact us, and we can share ideas and brainstorm and better define this new exhibition view that is planned. By the way, it's currently planned to be released in Primo VE. So this was about special collection and what more can be done to expose your special collection in the discovery. And I have to say that those were the main highlights, but we do also, with every new feature, we have an ongoing analytics. We are reporting for every feature the new action, so you can learn more on the usage. And of course, while we are designing new features, we are thinking accessibility. It's also something that we are doing as an ongoing effort. For joining that, and we cover and make all of those items available. Please, if you have more questions, send us your feedback. We are learning your needs based on your feedbacks, and thank you. And I hope that we'll have a very healthy and good and productive 2022.